Yo, human creatures out there, what's up? I got a new hairstyle. This is actually the first time I see it like on the camera. A little bit darker, a little bit colder. Pretty pleased so far. This video was not planned, like not at all to record, but I just felt like I need to share my thoughts and get all of these thoughts out of my system. So if you hear like crazy sounds in the background, it's probably because the setup is not great. If the light kind of changes, it's because the sun is about to set, you know. But I can't wait any longer. I need to record this video now. Okay, so today we are talking about 13 reasons why. 13 reasons why, if you might not know, it's a Netflix show which was pretty recently released. And you know, I try to not be mainstream and not to watch it. I think I waited like 2 or 3 weeks and then I just felt like I had to watch it, and then I was hooked. I was lost in the deep ocean of 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why tells the tragical story of Hannah Baker, how she committed suicide and left behind 13 tapes. Like, now we're talking the old school tape. Like, I realized that a lot of people who watch 13 Reasons Why are not like aware of how to use tapes. But I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old, but we had those tapes back in my day to do like our mixtapes and pretend to do like a radio show or whatever. And those are the tapes she leaves behind, 13 of them, in a way to like tell her story and what happened that made her take that horrible decision. And when we kind of like start watching the show, all the tapes are in the possession of Clay. Clay is kind of like a half dorky, sweet guy who like always had a big crush on Hannah, but never really did anything about it. Together with Clay, we start listening to Hannah's tapes and see the flashbacks, and we're in for a hell of a ride. That's all I can say. 13 Reasons Why is such an important show that I wish it was like required for every single teenager out there to watch it, because I think it really gives you perspective. And I mean, it teaches you that everything affects everything, and you might feel like you can't change anything, or that you don't have a voice and impact, or it doesn't really matter what you're doing because, you know, society is what it is and people around you are acting the way they're acting. But I think 13 Reasons Why tells you how important it is to like remain yourself and not forgetting who you are, and not give in to like the pressure of society, friends, and how things are supposed to be. My personal opinion is that 13 Reasons Why does a pretty good and graceful job on telling a story on what it is being a teenager today. It like kind of covers everything, all the heavy stuff like sexual assault and suicide, but also the basic things like being in love, having friends, trying to fit in, being popular, constantly trying to say the right things, and somehow always try to maintain a surface that might not really be who you truly are. Pretty late last year, after a couple of months of resisting, I got sucked into the Skam wave. I got so blown away by Skam, and I wanted to become a Norwegian teenager and start high school in Norway, and it was crazy. But after I finished the 3 seasons, I really started to preach to people around me to watch Skam. Friends, family, co-workers, I all wanted them to watch it. Why, you might wonder? Well, because my opinion was that Skam was such a perfect show to show people what it is being a teenager today. We had those kind of movies as well back when I was a teenager. If you're familiar with Swedish movies, you know Fucking Åmål and Hipp Hipp Hurra, and they were great. They did a great job back then, but now they're kind of outdated. In Hipp Hipp Hurra, a girl is sexual assaulted, and the guys takes a couple of pictures of her, and they print the pictures out and hang them up at school. Do you get it? This was before texting. This was before Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. This was before we became a society of stalkers. And we need something new that talks about cyberbullying, about the pressure of everything that's online. And I think that Skam does a great job in showing that. And now also 13 Reasons Why. There is some cruel irony though in how 13 Reasons Why is a Netflix show. It's 13 episodes, all released at once for us to watch through, the same way that the characters in 13 Reasons Why have to listen through Hannah Baker's tapes. Have you watched it? Did you binge watch it all at one night like Alex? Or did you have to watch it bit by bit like Clay? Because it was just too horrible to watch all at once. Is it doing things to your head as well? Is everybody at school talking about it? Is Hannah Baker everything people talk about again? Well, I got deeply fucked over by 13 Reasons Why, and now I'm telling you, if you haven't watched the show, press pause, rush off to Netflix, make your way through it. Like, I couldn't binge watch it. I was like Clay. It was horrible to get through it, but do it and then come back and you can hear my opinions, because I don't want to spoil anything. So now, go watch it. Okay, I moved downstairs because the lighting up there was driving me crazy, and some of you left because you haven't watched it, some of you are still here, and here's some of my opinions about 13 Reasons Why. The golden rule in 13 Reasons Why for me is that everything affects everything, and that we have no idea about what impact we have on other people around us, and what the things we do affects the people around us, and that makes us reckless. And I mean, kids can be fucking monsters. They can be horrible to each other. 13 Reasons Why tells us that. In Hannah's own words, she said, the little things led to greater things. The butterfly effect, dominoes. One thing led to another. Over time, I kind of grew into liking all of the characters. Obviously not Bryce, but the actor though. He's such a good actor. But all the other characters kind of grew on me after some time. I mean, Zach, this popular rich guy who's just as lonely as Hannah. And then there's Jessica, who is such a strong, funny girl. And then I see people out there like blaming her for being raped. Like, are you fucking kidding me? The same way people blame Hannah for committing suicide and blame Tyler for being bullied. Like, you don't ever fucking blame the victim. You have no right to ever blame a victim. And I mean, even Justin, he grew on me. I never thought that would happen, but he kind of did after some episodes. And I'm not trying to find excuses for what he did to Hannah or Jessica, because there are no excuses, but seeing a part of his story, like no one can take his background away from him, and things could definitely have turned out differently if he got a different chance in life. Everything affects everything. Yeah, this show has so many misunderstood, unhappy and insecure characters that deserves so much better. Justin deserves better. Jessica, Zach, Hannah, and Jeff. Oh my god, why does these horrible things happen to the best people? 13 Reasons Why give us enough to understand that everything affects everything, and that sometimes it's not about finding someone to blame, but to being able to separate right from wrong. Hannah and the others got like caught in this shitstorm, and in today's society with Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of the social medias, I understand that it's easy for a situation to escalate. And then we have all these kids who are so fucking self-absorbed and afraid of going to prison for like small stupid things they've done, not realizing that all the stupid things they did built up inside of Hannah and made her break in the end. I mean, she didn't break because Marcus was a fucking douche and touched her inappropriately during a freaking horrible date. She didn't break because Alex wrote her name on that stupid list. She didn't break because Tyler took too many pictures, or because Jessica stopped being her friend, or because Ryan published that poem, or because Clay never really confessed to loving her. Even though some of the characters might think it, none of these things were reason enough for Hannah to commit suicide. But maybe the sexual assault was. Or maybe that when you reach out for help, your fucking dickhead school counselor does not take you seriously. Maybe that was enough for committing suicide. Or maybe the whispering, the rumors, or everybody laughing behind you, maybe that was reason enough. Or maybe it was all of it. Because everything affects everything. And eventually you'll break, like Hannah did. I've talked a lot about Hannah Baker about suicide, about the importance of being kind to people around you, because you don't know what they're going through. But what honestly truly broke my heart when I finished 13 Reasons Why was Alex. In the ambulance scene, when they talk about a 17-year-old male being in critical condition after a shot wound to his head, I thought it was Clay. And then I thought it was Justin. And then, eventually, I thought it was Bryce. Alex's name didn't even cross my mind. Not even for a moment. That really broke my heart, because he was the one character who throughout every episode sent out signals of being suicidal. The way he talked about Jessica being the only good thing in his life, the scene with the pool, the relationship with his dad, the way he didn't care about getting beaten up, and the way he talked about not having a future, and all the guilt he carried inside, and the fact that he did not care whether the truth came out or not. All the signs were there and I didn't see them. And this is a show about suicide and how we are supposed to be able to see the signs before something horrible happened. And throughout the whole show, I was so pissed off on people for not realizing what was happening with Hannah, for not seeing what was happening until it was too late. And I didn't see what was happening to Alex in a show about suicide. That makes me afraid. If I didn't see this, what am I really seeing in real life then? The same way they didn't see it was coming to Hannah, I didn't see it coming to Alex. And that fucked me up real hard. Some of you cared, no one cared enough. Thank you for watching my ranting about 13 Reasons Why. And remember, please remember to always be kind to each other. Over and out.